Hi folks, today we're going to look at the second law of indices, which is if we have x to the power of a number, let's say a, divided by x to the power of another number, let's say b, that will equal x to the power of the difference between those two numbers, a minus b. Alright, so that means if we have something like 8 to the power of 12 divided by 8 to the power of 5, that will equal 8 to the power of 12 minus 5, which is 8 to the power of 7. Alright, so let's put that into a slightly different format. Let's say if we've got 10 to the power of 10 over 10 to the power of 3. Now, when you have a fraction like this, it's exactly the same as division. It just means the exact same thing. 10 to the power of 10 over 10 cubed is the same as 10 to the power of 10 divided by 10 to the power of 3. So we can look at that just the same way as we would look at something like that. So in this one we can do 10 minus 3, which is 7, so the answer is going to be 10 to the power of 7. Alright, now let's combine that with the first law of indices that we had, which is basically the reverse of that with multiplication. So let's say if we've got 5 to the power of 7 multiplied by 5 to the power of 8 divided by 5 to the power of 12. And let's say we want to work out what that actually is. Let's see if we can get the final answer for this. Not as 5 to the power of something, but as an actual number without a calculator. So 5 to the power of 7 times 5 to the power of 8. This requires us to use the first law of indices. We've got to add the 7 and the 8, so that is 5 to the power of 15. And then 5 to the power of 15 divided by 5 to the power of 12. So in this case we just do 15 minus 12, so that will be 5 to the power of 3. And then 5 cubed, we can actually work out what that is. 5 cubed, that's just 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 times 5, well 5 times 5 is 25, and then 25 times 5 is 125. Alright, let's do one more example. Let's say if we've got 8 cubed times 8 to the power of 10 over 8 squared times 8 cubed. Now, we can think of this as 8 cubed times 8 to the power of 10 divided by 8 squared times 8 cubed. We can think of those two things in exactly the same way. That's the exact same thing on the left and the right. Alright, so let's look at the numerator first. 8 cubed times 8 to the power of 10. We've got to add the powers together, so that's 8 to the power of 13. And then the denominator, we've got to add the powers in the denominator as well, because they're being times together. Those two subterms in the denominator are being times together. So we're going to do 8 squared times 8 cubed. That would be 8 to the power of 5. So now we've got 8 to the power of 13 divided by 8 to the power of 5, which is 8 to the power of 13 minus 5, which is 8 to the power of 8. So all of that is just 8 to the power of 8. Okay, so that is the second law of indices, the division. So commit that one to memory along with the multiplication. Where is it at? There it is. Alright, thanks for watching.